What's up, guys? It's Ruka here,
And Steve here.
and we're back with another discussion video. So, how have you been lately, Steve?
Uh, I've been holding through
Mm,
somehow. Um, other than that, I passed all of my classes so far for the minimum grade that I need, so I'm done worrying.
hmm, that's good.
So that's a good thing. So I can
Mhm.
get back to somewhat translating, I guess, now, which I'll get to later,
Mhm.
slightly. So yeah. Other than that, pretty good.
Mhm. All right. Well, we do have quite a bit to discuss today. There were quite a few big things that happened pretty recently that we can talk about.
hmm
So, if you want, Steve, I'll let you pick. What do you want to discuss first off?
Um, is it fine if I just bring up like the news that I have? Because like I said before we started recording this video,
Hmm.
it's not going to take long for me to say this stuff to get it out of the way.
Okay.
So I guess some things with Nagoya groups, because I guess if I do the news videos, I try to do my best with news
Mhm.
with Nagoya groups and just in general, because that's where my heart and dreams lie.
Mhm.
So just a few things. So the group called Poison Rat, they uploaded a new music video and also a live VR video
Ooh.
of their new song, Magic Party Tonight.
Okay.
Pretty okay song. Wonder Snake, that is under the same company label. I
Hmm.
don't know. I think it's company. They released a live VR of their song
Mhm.
Cosmo. Along with that, um, then Miscast, which they are working with Idol Underworld, Derek's
Hmm.
company. So they recently, it was actually on my birthday, if I remember correctly, when they released
Ah.
this. They released a teaser of their next upcoming single, Catastrophe, and oh boy, I'm waiting for that single. It already sounds like it's going to be an amazing song just based on the teaser that it had.
Hmm.
Um, I remember it was featuring some sort of orchestra. I don't remember the name of the orchestra,
Wow.
uh, but they were featured that. Um, and then a group, Jekyll Hyde. So Jekyll Manji Hyde.
Hmm.
They released a new song called Shockwave, and there's already a couple live versions of the song that's up on uh, Novel Fiction's YouTube channel because that's their company, their record
Mhm.
label company. Um, and then for Jekyll Crosshide, they released a new song called Sonzai Shome. At least I think that's what the kanji was for the last two. Because I
Hmm.
was getting for my kanji thing, it was either show or I forgot what the other one was. But based on what I heard from the song when listening to it, I'm pretty sure they were singing Sonzai Shome. So,
Hmm.
and then another thing with them, so there's a group called Stargray now under them, and from what I
Hmm.
saw, Stargray is just considered the Jekyll Hyde Kenkyusei's,
Hmm.
but with just a different name. So I'm not sure if that group is just gonna go out be its own group after they get promoted, or if they're just gonna go to Jekyll, one of the Jekyll Hyde groups.
Hmm.
But there's that, and then the big news, which is for me, with BSJ Project slash Owen Shoujo, because it kind of things the way that things have been going, it just seems like VSJ Project is just shifting towards the name Owen Shoujo completely.
Hmm.
At least that's how it looks. So anyways, some recent things with them. So there is a new Osu navigation video with Kasumi. It's her third one. In that video, she goes to an Indonesian Nepal restaurant.
Wow.
I actually went there. I believe I went there when I was in Osu. They don't particularly like me because
Wait, what? Why not?
because I had two things of taiyaki before I went with my friends, so I ate beforehand. And then when I purchased the food, they were big proportions. And then the guy got mad at me for not finishing my food. He thought I didn't like the food.
Oh.
So I'm not kind of welcome there. But oh well.
Hmm.
Um anyways, that was a fun video to watch. And then a couple cool things that I really like. So just like the Tante show that they have for
Mm-hmm.
Gifu. Um, so Takuya has a new show that's out for the Mie region.
Ah.
Um, it's just it's essentially Owen Shoujo and then uh Shiraishi Udon from Fairy
Oh,
Tales.
yeah. Yeah.
So that show is now being uploaded to YouTube.
Hmm.
Kato Takuya wa Kando Shitai. The first two were released. The first one episode was released last week, and the second one was just released 3 days ago. So
Hmm.
I recommend people go and watching those because they'll be fun videos to watch. And then the big news, what just happened this morning, at least here in America,
Hmm.
later at night in Japan. So it was announced that Owen Shoujo is going to be releasing their first national single. So it's not just going to be in the Nagoya region, it'll
Hmm.
be national. Under
Nice.
the single, under the song called Colorful Girl, and then with a B side of Kuroshi Tayo no Yoni. Um, That single will be released on February the 16th, so 2 days after Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And there will be 5 types to that song. Um, Even though there's 2 songs.
Even though there's two songs, it's like five different versions.
I don't quite understand it, if I had to be honest right now. But yeah, there's gonna be 5 types
Maybe
of
there's gonna be
that
like different
single
contents in
coming
each
out.
type.
So very good news.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Takia P, Owen Shoujo, all the BSJ Project members for their hard work that they put in for the past couple months. Um, so yeah, I'm happy and excited. I will be getting this single whenever I can, so can't wait for that. Then that's it for the Nagoya groups. Like I said, this is went by really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then just very, very briefly with some whack news. So Bish, since the last time I was on here, they released a new music video called Story of Duty, which was a
Hmm.
promotional thing for Call of Duty Mobile.
Whoa.
Um, Song, good. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
The music video is also pretty good. And then they just released a preview for a song called Don't Mistake. To me, that song, based on the minute and a half that there was, it kind of reminds me of, I think it was a Gang Parade song.
Hmm.
I think it reminds me of a Gang Parade song, if I remember correctly. But anyways, it's still good. And then Paradises, which is one of the two split off groups from Gang Parade. They just released six versions of one of their new songs called Please Listen to My. It's essentially they have one with just the four members in it that are already in Paradises, and then they decided to release a version of each one of the WAG members that is auditioning to become part of Paradises. So that's a whack thing that they do.
Wow.
Essentially, they essentially uploaded the same video six times, but just with very minor adjustments, with just adding one member, one of the auditionees. So yeah, Wax not
Okay.
shy to go that direction, because if I remember correctly, they one of the Whack another video that Whack did, they had like the 5 hour version of them trying to do a recording of a music video. I think it was. I don't remember correctly, but either way, there's the quick Whack news from what I remember. So, is there anything that you want to go on to now? Because those were my things that I had.
Well,
Just
okay,
my.
that was very interesting, by the way. Let's see. I guess we can move on next to some 48 group related news. So, for those who are unaware, in Japan,
Mhm,
every year at New Year's, they hold this big music event called the Kouhaku Utagassen, which is basically female artists and groups going up against male artists and groups. It's kind of like a singing
mhm,
competition, basically, and the people get to vote on like which side, either the
mhm,
red team, which is all the female artists, or the white team, which is all the male artists, who they thought was better, had the better performances. And so for the
mhm,
past 10 years, the 48 group and also the 48 or the 46, the Sakamichi groups as well, have participated in Kohaku. It was always a big thing. It's like really just this huge event that like it's a big deal when you're an artist that gets to participate in this.
mhm,
So they announced the lineup for this year's Kohaku event. So we saw that the three Sakamichi groups, Nogizaka, Hinatazaka, and Sakurazaka, who are making their debut, they're going to be participating in that. But none of the 48 groups are participating in it this year.
mhm,
Which, I'll be honest, I was kind of bummed to see that, but on the other hand, it's like when you compare, the 48 groups, what they've done to the Sakamichi groups, they've definitely had, more success as of recently.
mhm. Do you actually have the lineup on your screen?
No, I do not, but I can pull it up. But also, something that I was thinking about was that basically I want to say that I don't know whether or not the COVID situation had affected this in any way to where like they couldn't have as many artists participate in the event as usual.
I don't think that is the problem.
No, I
Because
mean,
if it was, then they would have announced that beforehand.
hmm. Plus I also feel like they would set it up in a way
I
for
feel
like
like it's going to be mostly pre-recorded, except for
yeah.
probably the artists that are going to be closer to the time frame of the actual New Year's.
Mhm.
So at least that's how I think that they're going to do it, anyways.
Right. Okay, I have the lineup here now.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll actually since I'll pull this up. So yeah, looking at the lineup. So yeah, it shows like Sakurazaka going to be participating for the first time. A couple other first timers who are participating. Nijiu, I have heard quite a bit about them. Now I'm not super familiar with their music. I've heard like a snippet of one of their songs, but I'm not super familiar with the group. Baby Metal, also their first time performing on there. That's actually pretty cool. And then of course you got like Perfume and some other well-known artists. Little Glee Monster, they're really good music group. Adjust this a little bit, sorry. And then with the male artists down here on there as well. So yeah, so what are your thoughts on this?
So, man, my thoughts already within the No AKB No Life Discord. People don't like my thoughts at all because I think that the people in that Discord need to face the fact that AKB isn't the center of everything.
Mm,
They honestly, to me, they don't deserve to be there.
mm,
I'm sorry to put it very blunt. I don't think that they deserve to be at Kouhaku. I didn't think
mm,
that they deserved last year
mm,
based on like how the group has been doing.
mm,
I mean, it doesn't help that the one song that they did put out this year was trash. I'm sorry. In my opinion, it was trash. Um,
Let's see. The one song they put out this year, that was I can't even
Shitsuren Arigato.
remember. Oh, Shitsuren Arigato. See, I didn't even remember the name of the song. That's how bad. Like, I just forgot it completely. Mm,
I plus another thing is like the people in the Discord, they probably are like it isn't based on because they've appeared so many times that they deserve to be in there every year. That's not what Kohaku is.
right.
You're in there because you deserve it, not because you're a big group that has been in Kohaku for over a decade now. That's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even like personally to me, oh my webcam kind of got blurry there. Um, honestly, to me, I don't even feel like Sakurazaka should be there.
mm,
If I had to be honest, even though they're rebranded saying that they're new, they're not new. I'm sorry, they're not new. They're just Kayaki.
mm.
It's a different name. And sorry, Sakurazaka. They didn't really do much this year because they just released their first single. Like they haven't even released their first single yet.
Mm,
So, and yet they're being there. And the other group that I don't really agree with being there is that Niziu or whatever it is. I don't that group. I don't think they should be there either. If I had to be
mm.
completely honest. Um.
I
So
mean,
yeah.
the way that I see it, this is just my opinion on it anyways, but the way I see it, why those two specifically are there is because it's such like a hot topic right now. Like obviously with Nijiu, they're being a hot topic because they're debuting pretty soon. Like I think their first major single is coming out pretty soon. And with Sakurazaka, I mean, we know why it's a big deal for them with their like re-debut basically from
Mm,
going from Keyakizaka to this.
mm,
At least
I
that's
don't
how I
think.
see it, Ways.
Oh, like just for like AKB because that more or less the big controversy, I guess, more or
Mm.
less here. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I
Complete, unless
totally
you already
get
stated.
where you're coming from because, like I said earlier, definitely the Sakamichi groups have done better, and I would say they do deserve to be there because they have been doing very well.
Mm,
And like, there's the part of me that has been an AKB fan for a long time that yeah, it is pretty sad to see them not participate in this event, and even seeing some of the members comment on it, like, yeah, it sucks that we're not going to be there, but they still have such fond memories of it.
Hmm.
Like it's basically what I was saying in the group chat earlier. I don't know if you saw it. It's basically we're just in a new era now where AKB isn't at the top anymore. They had
No.
their peak moment in the spotlight, and they had their moment to shine, and it was for a good long while, but now we're seeing that the tides are starting to turn. Now the Sakamichi groups are getting more attention. Nogizaka is arguably bigger now.
If I remember correctly, when I was seeing a poll or an article, I think it was a couple weeks ago, that Nogizaka is ranked the number one or most known idol
Hmm.
in Japan. Like they're the number one group.
Hmm. So there you go.
And the
So,
surprising is Bish actually ranked
whoa.
with AKB and I think they were above AKB if I remember correctly. Or no, they tied with AKB
Ah.
within but this was like a survey that was taken with different demographics of like age demographics
Right.
as well, saying like who are the most popular groups and well-known groups among. But they Bish ranked higher in some demographics. Like I think in the age 30s, I think they ranked fourth
Hmm.
within. I think was there a separate male and females? Was
Hmm.
one side males? Yeah, I think that's what it was. The one side was males, one side was females, and then they ranked like their own personal groups. But anyways, sorry, digress from that.
No, no, that's
What were you saying?
okay. But yeah, like I can definitely see both sides of the argument and say that yeah, while it would be nice if they did get to participate again, I totally understand why they didn't.
Like before I say anything, this is nothing against the members.
No.
Like I want to get that out there just because I'm having this really harsh opinion, I guess, saying that they don't deserve it.
Mhm.
I know the members would be sad if they actually heard me say that.
Mhm.
They'd be very sad. But just they've been doing nothing, and this got brought up in the Discord group that I kind of agree with. That I heard because somebody brought up that essentially AKB is now on Morning Musume level now because
Mm.
Morning Musume is irrelevant. Sadly put, they're irrelevant now, even though they're mainstream, just like AKB.
No, yeah.
AKB's now, I'm sorry to say, they're
I mean,
irrelevant.
that was the same thing for them too, because they've been around for a long time. Literally, they've been around as long as me, because they were formed the same year I was born. So it's literally the same thing. They had their moment in the spotlight. They had their moments where they were said to be rivaled with AKB, and then AKB ultimately took the spotlight. And sure, like
Hmm.
Morning Musume, kind of similar with AKB as well. Like as the times changed, they had also like changed up their style of music and everything, especially with because they kept changing members all the time because they would have other generations of new members coming in to form the group. So yeah, I definitely say I agree with that.
I mean, like I've always said, no matter what, AKB will still always have a special spot in my heart because AKB is my first ever idol group that I got into. I'm just a lot more harsh on groups that I'm more familiar with now.
Mhm.
And since I've known AKB for 9 years going on to 10 now, there's just some things like I have to be a little bit more harsher with them.
Mhm.
It's nothing members wise. It's still, I feel like management, but then again, because they've gotten a new management now, they don't have funds. Plus, with this year, just in general, of how COVID destroyed everything, and they haven't been able to form
Mhm.
or do shows. They haven't been able to do any concerts, so they're not making any money.
2020 has just been a struggle for everyone.
It's just, it's just hard to say, but yeah, AKB is irrelevant now. I'm just put it harshly. Just irrelevant. Now, I totally Nogi and Hinata, I understand, like I said, for them being. And from what I've heard from there were some Enka singers that were dropped, I think, as well, from what I've heard from Kouhaku. Because I heard something about like the Enka community was also was upset. Because I think that there's less Enka singers this year than there has been the previous years.
Right, because I'm not super familiar with a lot of Enka singers.
And I think, did you hear, I think there was something giving out on Twitter or Facebook for I think it was Okada Nana fans, that Twitter account. I think they translated like what am I looking for? Like the reasons why some groups got into Kohaku.
I hadn't seen that.
I don't know if I can find that. But I remember, let me just type in the search bar for Okada Nana. It would just
Ultimately,
like
I
that.
think the way that we're putting it is that basically we're being harsh and we're being critical of it and of the group because we love the group so much.
Yes. It's nothing against the members, although even more so now than the last time I was here, I've not been paying attention to AKB whatsoever because there's nothing. There's just nothing to go off of now. Now I'm really happy for Baby Metal though.
Yeah, that's awesome.
They're I'm kind of interested to seeing what songs they're gonna do. I'm probably gonna be songs off their new album. I think they just released a new album recently. So, but I know, just personally, I know Bish wanted to get into Kohaku. They stated that last year when they didn't make it. And they ended up not making Kohaku this year. Now, I'm trying to think of, because this might be just me being fanboy, even though I'm not kind of supposed to be a fan. But Bish definitely deserved to be at Kohaku more than AKB did, because Bish so many, not Bish. Well, yeah, Bish has done so many things, but the WAC groups in general, they've done so many things this year with music videos, songs, albums, and whatnot. They've done so much. But I think I just kind of thought about this. I think it was a day or two ago, but I think the reason why Bish isn't there is I think like the whack image I don't fits Kohaku. If I had to be honest. I think that might be a reason why Bish or any of the other whack groups was not invited. Because like I said, the whack groups have done a lot this year. Especially Bish. But so there's my take on that. Were there any artists that you would have liked to see this year that didn't make Kohaku? Just in any, I guess, genre. That doesn't have to be just like idol J-pop.
I don't know actually. Let's see. I don't know if any of the Bang Dream bands have participated in Kohaku before, but like Poppin' Party or Roselia or Raise a Sealan. I think it would be pretty cool to see them perform at Kouhaku one time. Because that's the
Hmm.
cool thing about them. With them, of course, the voice actresses themselves are playing the characters, but with those three specifically as well, and there's one newer band, Morphonica, they're all playing their instruments live. So it's like they participate as the band that they're portraying as well. So that's really awesome. So yeah,
Hmm.
I think it would be cool to see one of those four bands, since they are, the full band. I think that would be cool to see one of them possibly participate sometime in the future in Kohaku.
Like an artist that I would have liked to see, but I don't know if they would do it, would be Bandmade, because I know that they've been getting for
Ah.
internationally they're really popular. But I think they've been getting more popular in Japan as well.
Mhm.
So it would be nice to see them there, but like again, they're not as popular in Japan as they are internationally.
Mm.
Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of other groups. Then again, I mainly listen to idol music. So, I guess that would be my one group that I would have liked to see. But I guess if it had to be another idol group
Mm.
besides AKB, who would you have wanted to be in?
Oh, that's hard. I can't really think of one, just mostly because, especially throughout this year, I've just mostly been focused on K-pop groups.
I mean, essentially, isn't that what Nizu or Nizi or what? However you,
Nijiu?
yeah, are they? I heard that they're essentially just replacing Twice.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with them. I think I think it's kind of in a similar vein to what Eyes One is like. Like they came from a competition show. They were formed from a competition show. And like I said, I'm not super familiar with their music, so I can't really comment on that.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, so is that it for our Kohaku discussion, or would you
I
like to
guess
add
if
anything more?
no, I don't have anything else.
Okay. Sorry, not sorry for being so blunt and harsh. I don't
No, it's
care what you guys
okay.
think.
Like we said, we're critical about it because we love the group. All right, so I guess from there we can move on next to Keyakizaka slash Sakurazaka46,
Yeah.
because Keyakizaka, they held their final live concert, their 2-day final live concert, before they officially rebranded as Sakurazaka. So me and Michael actually watched this together after the videos were posted up, and I had written down all my thoughts of this, of what I thought of the concert. Because I think we were originally going to plan on posting our full reviews on like our WordPress, because we haven't really used that much.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done anything on that. I mean, that was mainly for you guys, but
Uh-huh. So, I mean, I'll go ahead and talk about it here because I assume you haven't seen any of the
nope,
concert, Steve. Nope. Okay.
nope, not one bit.
No. Okay. So, for the 2 days, they had basically what Michael explained to me was that each day had a different like theme. So the first day's theme was stillness, and the second day's theme was movement. And so what I found interesting actually was for each day, they kind of had a different style of music in the songs and the set lists that they chose. So they were basically showing the two
Hmm.
different sides of Keyakizaka. The on the first day, which was the stillness, this had mostly the kind of cool, powerful, kind of dark and serious songs. Basically, what you would most associate closely with Keyakizaka, that sort of darker, more serious image with them. So, like, they did Getsuyobi no Asa, Hiraishin, Otona wa Shinjite Kurenai. It was
Hmm.
mostly songs like that. Although there was one cutesy style song, which was a new song from their final album called Kaleidoscope. So it was kind of like weird, kind of jarring to see them throw in that cutesy song in the middle of these more darker, more serious style songs.
Hmm.
But I will say, some of the performances were so good because they fully took advantage of having this completely empty arena. They were able to make these really incredible set pieces and do these really interesting things. Like during Mo Morie Kaeroka, there was actually one point where Uemura Arena was actually being lifted up by wires and was just floating in the air, and that looked so cool. Or like during another song, it was kind of like sort of meant to simulate these modern urban city streets or like city houses and stuff like that. So that was really cool too. And then towards the end, where it
Hmm.
showed their final performance of Kuroi Hitsuji to close it off there, where all the members were running off towards, you could see this light where the flower petals were falling at the end. So the way I kind of see is why I think the first day's theme was considered to be stillness. Uh, I think it's basically showing the group's journey under the name of Keakizaka coming to an end. Like they're allowing this moment that they had being under that name basically to be frozen in time and be able to let it go so that they can move forward. And Kuroi Hitachi too, the fact that they closed it off with that, which basically that this being the whole point of the song being like I'm not going to give up my identity, basically. That's basically I feel like them reinstating their resolve to not lose their identity even if they are no longer under the name Keakizaka46. So then the next day with movement, this is basically the group moving forward towards change. And with this set list, a lot of them had very bright, very hopeful lyrics. There were definitely still some very powerful songs, like they did Garasu Oware in this set list.
Hmm.
But yeah, like a lot of these were definitely more of sort of the brighter concepts. They did Teo Tsunaida Kaeroka, which that was personally one of my favorite performances just because it was so cute. Again, you see them using the full set of the whole arena with basically Yuka trying to chase after Akane,
Hmm.
like trying to make up with it. That whole interaction was so cute between them. Or Taiyo o miyageru hito wa erabanai. They had
Hmm.
some incredible lighting with that because they had a disco ball, and so when the lights reflected off and it went everywhere across the arena, oh, it was so beautiful. And in this set list as well, they performed more of the newer songs, and one of my favorites was Jugatsu no Puru ni Tobikonda, which Hikaru being the center of that, it's like crazy the energy she has, like especially during the chorus, it's just like she just explodes with all this energy. It is so amazing to watch. throughout both of the days of the concert as well. They also had VTRs for each of the members, basically kind of showing their journey of how far they had come in the group. They had one which was for all the Nikki members. They had one which was it was kind of a dual kind of joint for like Yuka and Akane, since they were kind of like, captain and vice captain.
Hmm.
So basically kind of showing their journey coming up from this point, and them ending it all with Silent Majority, basically ending it where they had started. And that final performance where after it you could feel them just out of breath, crying, and they're just bowing with gratitude after everything that had happened. And then after they went off the stage, they come back and reemerge now as Sakurazaka, and they perform Nobody's Fault, which I was so blown away by that. I really liked that performance.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna let you know beforehand, I'm not calling it by that name. Because
Uh,
that song title is a lie. It's management's fault. So that song title for me is management's fault.
oh, but yeah, pretty much. And I know that you have some differing opinions on the song, but to me, this is actually pretty much what I was hoping Sakurazaka to be like. Like, if you compare it to, like, Keakizaka's songs in the past, like, Fukyo Waon, for example, it's not as violently intense. It's, like, more of this refined, it felt refreshing, but it was still very impactful. Like, to me, it still felt like it was their sound. It was their song. It didn't matter, like, what name they were using. It just felt like it was theirs. It was part of their identity. And also just the whole idea of cherry blossoms being part of the group, I feel like that is very fitting for them, because the flower itself, it has so much symbolism behind it, with strength and refined beauty and new beginnings as well, because cherry blossoms bloom in the spring. So yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I was very happy with it, very pleased with it.
Okay, so for me, I was a little bit relieved because the sound did sound a little bit like Kayaki. So I'm happy that they sort of kept the tone-ish atmosphere vibe. But however, because I'm still thinking like within it's still hard for me to consider Sakurazaka as not Keyakizaka, so I just view it as another Keyakizaka song if I had to be honest.
Mm.
Um but because it did have the same kind of feeling slash tone, at least sound wise, what a normal kind of Keyaki song would sound like, it's still to me, if I had to put it through all of their main songs, this is still like one of my least favorite. This is me considering just Sakurazaka as a continuation of Keyaki and not just restarting new.
Mm.
One of my least favorite, probably, I think I like Hazeni Fureta more. So, but like, I'm not saying management's fault isn't bad. The thing is just like, it's just like how in DX's podcast, their new podcast,
Mm.
I have to agree, like, the song is kind of forgettable. There's nothing helping me remember the song. There's no hooks to the song for me.
Hmm.
Like, once again, I'm happy to say at least the sound at least sounds similar to what Kayaki was. It's not completely similar, but they didn't give away being it how I thought they were gonna go with this song or with the new name being everything being cutesy pop. So I'm at least happy for that, but like I said, not one of my favorite songs from them. Just kind of no hook, forgettable.
Okay.
And then we can talk about the new song that just came out.
Yes, because both music videos for Nobody's Fault and one of their B-sides came out, and I did do reactions to them over on our second channel. I actually did my reaction to Nobody's Fault with Michael, so you can hear our thoughts on them there. But yeah, the music video for the B-side, なぜ恋をしてこなかったんだろう? So, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm sorry for being so negative today, Ruka. I thought it was so bland and forgettable. It There was nothing that hooked me whatsoever to the song. I know that I saw, like, before we were recording, I think it was a meme of that this song is better than Management's Fault. Once again, that's my name for the song. Which I found funny. It had like a thing of Nogizaka and then Fujiyoshi Karin kind of holding hands saying better than the main single. Um, or something like that. Just something I saw just earlier today. But but I didn't care for it. I did not care for it. I just thought it was bland and forgetful. Even like the cinematography, like I didn't think it was that good, to be honest. It just felt bland to me. I'm sorry to say that, but
No, that's okay. That's okay.
just obviously the member that stood out the most was Fujiyoshi Karin because she was the center of
Yeah.
the song. Which, and then I believe I did see Berika in the music video.
Hmm.
I think. Was she in there? I think she was.
I think I saw her too.
But yeah. But can I give my thoughts on another Sakurazaka thing that I don't know if you and Mike mentioned in a previous video?
Okay, what's up?
I'm disappointed in their management. I don't know what they're doing with Sakura 8.
Oh, the Sakura 8 thing. Okay, so
Man, I know what they're doing, but like I'm disappointed in management.
it's basically their version of the Kami 7, right?
Essentially, but they're going to be in every song. It's so dumb because the point is to have members to show off all your members. Why do these 8 members have to be in like I don't know if I'm misinterpreting this as they're going to be in literally every single song that they will put out or if it's going to be these members are going to be in both the A side and B side just forever in the front because that's the way that it sounded like to me when I saw and heard this. And I face palmed myself because the Kami 7 and AKB is completely different from this
Hmm.
because in this Sakura 8 it was stated that they're going to be the front members no matter what, and it's only going to be these 8 members.
Hmm.
Where is having the other members have a chance? What's the point? To me, what is the point in doing this? Management, Seed and Flower. I don't understand you. Because even in AKBs with their Kami 7, not every single Kami 7 member was always in the front. They weren't in every single song or main single. Seed and
Plus the
Flower is a
idea
terrible.
of Kami 7 is that it's always changing.
Well, the thing with Kami 7, that originally started because of Sosenkyo.
Right.
This isn't a thing that management made themselves like they did with Sakura 8. I don't understand Seed and Flower. They're a terrible company. I knew they were gonna screw up something. This big face palm for me. They need a new management company. They already need to change that structure, in my opinion, because it's stupid. What are your thoughts on that, Ruka? Because I don't know if you and Mike stated your opinions on this Sakura 8 that they have.
No, we hadn't, and I'll be honest, that was something I hadn't even thought about or considered. Just cuz like I think when I first like heard of the Sakura 8, I had a vague idea of it. I'm like, "Oh, it's going to be like their Kami 7. It's going to be like the front 8 members are that's what it's going to be considered." I didn't think of it being like that, like what you just explained it as. So, yeah. I'm not completely sure how to feel about it since I'm only just hearing it now, but
Like,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm interpreting that wrong, but that's from what I think, from what I can understand. I can be wrong.
but I definitely agree with you. It would be better for them to just give other members opportunities to be in the front every so often. Not like don't have this set group of members be solely the focus of the group because you have so many other members.
And that's what I heard, that they're essentially the focus of the group.
Mm.
Where they were changing the back 8, because I believe there were 16 members in the main single. There was the front 8 and the back 8, or the back 7, I'm not sure. But I just remember hearing that they're only going to change the back members. From what I've heard. And that's something that I don't like, because it's just kind of like, why have this big group then? What's the point?
Mm.
Just be a group of 8. If you're trying to go that way. In my opinion. Obviously. So I don't know if you want to continue on to something else now, or if you want to
Yeah,
keep
I'd
with.
say we can, because I don't think there's anything else, right? Is there something
Um,
else?
there's Nogi.
Oh, is there?
I mean, we
Oh,
don't have it
right,
written down,
right,
but
right. Right, I forgot about that. So yes, Nogizaka actually released the lineup for their next single. I have to actually bring that up. So yes, they announced the lineup for this, and Yamashita Mizuki is serving as the center for this.
so a new center,
hmm
which is good.
hmm So looking at it right, oh, okay. So going through the group's formation in the third row, we have Shin-uchi Mai, Seimiya Rei, Tamura Mayu, Hoshino Minami, Tsutsui Ayame, Iwamoto Renka, and Takayama Kazumi. In the second row, we have Matsumura Sayuri, Endo Sakura, Ozono Momoka, Hori Miona, Yoda Yuki, Kaki Haruka, and Akimoto Manatsu. And in the first row, we have Ikuta Erika, Umezawa Minami, Yamashita Mizuki, Kubo Shiori, and Saito Asuka. Sorry.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that is the lineup for that.
I mean, overall, I like it, although
Hmm.
Ki-chan is not in there, and she's my favorite Nogi
Uh,
member. I believe she was in the last single, but she's not in this single.
mhm,
Um, I guess the notable thing within this lineup is that there's not really any second gen members.
really?
Uh, um,
Isn't Miona second gen?
well, other than Miona, who else would be second gen? Is Shinichi
I don't
Mai
know.
second gen or is she first gen?
I think she's first gen.
But like compared to the other members in their generations, the second gen is less represented in
Mm,
this lineup. I should say. The majority of the lineup comprises of third and fourth gen, I believe.
mm.
See, there's and Matsumura Sayuri's first gen, Makimoto Manasu's first gen, so 2, 3. I think Umizawa Minami's first gen. I could be wrong on that. 4, 5. So I'm looking at 6 first gen members, maybe. I think.
Mm.
Could be wrong. I'm sorry. Not really caught up on Nogi. But I'm at least happy to see that these third and fourth gens at least being involved in
Mhm.
this single. Um, because like some of these names I don't even know, so I know
Mm.
they're fourth gens. Like Simia Ray, haven't
Mm.
heard of that name. Tamara Mayu, don't know who she is.
A couple of
Um,
them, like I'm familiar with some of the names
Haki
because I
Haruka.
do remember watching some of the like little web dramas that some of the fourth gen members did. So that's where
Mhm.
I recognize some of their names from. But
Okay, how
yeah.
single overall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17. There's 19 members in this single.
Hmm.
Yeah, 19 members.
Mhm.
Okay. But I'm at least happy once again that Nogi is changing up their centers. I think they've been doing that for the past couple singles.
Mm.
Um, wait, was Saito Asuka the center of the last single? Or was that Endo Sakura's single? I don't even remember. Wait,
I
Shirashimai?
thought the last single
Oh
was
my
Shirai
god.
Shimai, since that was her graduation single.
Right, then the one before that was Endo Sakura.
Endo, yeah.
Okay, well, that's nice to hear.
Hmm.
Um, just trying to read it, look at these comments to see. Other than that, I think that's it for Sakamichi, from what I know.
Hmm. All right, then, if it's all right, I'd like to move on to the next topic because it's
Okay,
something I'm really excited to talk about. So,
then go.
Luna and Dreamcatcher, both of them recently had online concerts that were done through the website My Music Taste. So I actually got to watch both of their online concerts. I had bought tickets and watched them both. So I was very happy about that. So first was LOONA's Midnight Festival concert, which was actually the same day as their comeback, where they released their third mini album, Midnight. It was it was right at midnight when it was in Korea. So this concert, I just really enjoyed it. I had my friend Misaki, who is also a fan of LOONA. We actually video called each other so we could watch the concert together because we both bought tickets. So we kind of watched it separately together, basically. So it was fun getting
Mm.
to talk to her and getting to share this experience with her. But yeah, overall, just some really good performances from the girls. And getting to see when they were performing some of their newer songs from the album, like towards the end of the concert, was really nice. And they also showed, like, kind of in between, like they did the MC segments in between, and then also, like, they had some videos shown, like, that they showed while the members were getting changed into different outfits. So, like, they actually showed, like, behind the scenes of, like, the photo shoots for the album and then also the filming for the music video for Why Not. So that was really cool to see those. They have released the Why Not making the music video making film on their official YouTube channel. So I'm assuming they're gonna do the same for the Jack the album photo shoot video. They'll probably do that eventually. I don't know when, because they're doing LOONA TV at the same time, and that's also where they kind of show, like, behind the scenes backstage snippets of, like, the girls doing stuff. So we'll probably get that soon. But then also what was really cute was that the day that the mini album released on October the 19th was Heejin's birthday. And then when it was midnight and it became October 20th when they started the concert, it was Chu's birthday. So they had a little mini birthday celebration at the end of the concert. They brought out a cake, two cakes actually, now that I think about it, for both of them, and it was just such a cute interaction.
Mm.
But yeah, like, I enjoyed it so much. Obviously, it's a little bittersweet that Hostel could not participate in this comeback. She is still out on hiatus, but we could feel her presence being there. Like, one of the things that I thought was really sweet was that on some of the songs where it already had her voice recorded on there, um instead of, like, having, say, one other member sing her part for her, they had the recording of her voice playing during the song. So you hear her voice still in the song during the performance. So that's actually really sweet. But yeah, just best wishes to Hostel, really. I hope she is doing well. Just come back whenever you're ready. It's gonna be amazing, honestly, when she does come back and we do get all 12 of them. I hope we do get, like, another online concert or something for when it is all 12 of them back together. I think just knowing Hassel based off how she is, her personality, and knowing just how much she loves the group and how much she loves her fans, just as well as LOONA as a whole, I think it would make her very happy if she got to do something like this, do an online concert with all the members, and even if they're not, performing for their fans, like, face to face, still the fact that they she could do a performance for them online, I'm sure that would make her very happy.
Mm.
hmm And also, I will mention this because it's some really good news about their mini album Midnight. It actually debuted on the Billboard 200, which is a huge thing. I'm so happy for them. It actually placed on 112, the 112th spot on the Billboard charts. And there were so many other achievements from like Billboard rankings that the fans were able to do for them. So that was just so awesome to see. And obviously, the girls, they were like so happy about it. They did repay it for us, for their fans, by basically giving us one of the biggest gifts. They literally, what they did was they bought 12 stars that are in the sky, because that's like you can like purchase a star, purchase a constellation, and have it named for someone. They bought 12 stars so that when you gathered all 12 stars together and they were each under a different constellation, it would spell out orbit in Luna. And then they were doing this whole countdown thing that once all 12 stars were announced, we got the music video for Star. So I just thought that was just one of the sweetest things ever. Even though I'm just still a new fan of the group, it's like you feel the weight of just how much they love and appreciate their fans. Like, they didn't have to go and buy the stars out of the sky for their fans, but they did. It was kind of amazing. Okay, so after that, on November 7th, Dreamcatcher had their second online concert, actually. They did one earlier in the year, but I wasn't able to see that. But I did get to see this one with Seven Spirits. And this one I was so happy about because, one, Handon, who was previously away in China, has come back. And so it was getting to see all seven of them regroup together, so that made me really happy. Especially because for the songs where, like in their two latest albums that they released this year, where Hangdong couldn't participate in them, since she came back, they were able to include her in the songs and she participated in them, and it sounded really good. Like, even though it was just little minor changes, just the fact that it is all seven of them back and Hangdon is included in these performances, it just made me so happy. But then also, the concert was performed with a live band set. So that really elevated the performances as well because the music sounded really good, and coupled with the girls' live vocals, oh, it just sounded amazing. I was so happy about this. They also did a couple of special solo performances for each of the seven members. And what was cool about this, it was kind of like a late Halloween kind of deal where the girls were dressed up in different costumes and they were covering all these different songs. So like some of them fit really well. Like Handon was doing this very slow emotional ballad song and she was kind of dressed as like this gothic vampire princess in like this black dress and it was really pretty. And then you have like Jiu, who was really cute, and she was dressed as, the movie Zootopia, the Disney movie
Yep.
Zootopia. She was dressed as Judy Hopps, the bunny cop. So she looked really
Hmm.
cute in that. Or like Yoo Hyun was doing Taylor Swift's 22, and she was dressed as Woody from Toy Story. That was really cute. And then there were some that I will admit were really sexy. Like Gahyun, even though she is the maknae, she is definitely, because she is showing how much she matured. She was dressed as Poison Ivy, basically.
Hmm.
Like her performance was really good, and then Shion, her song was really sexy. The song that she did, I think it was called Paradise Lost. I had never heard the original song, but like it was her performance was just like, oh my goodness, really sexy. Although it was kind of funny that she was dressed as Cruella de Vil, so she had kind of the black and white style wig. It actually suited her really well. But Donnie, and especially especially Sua with their costumes, made me lose it. So Dami is like, with her performance, she was dressed in a suit and she was doing this really cool. I think it was a cover of a male artist, so I'm like, okay, dressing as a suit and doing this song, it's cool and all, but I'm not completely sure what her costume was. I think it was supposed to be like a Boss Baby reference because like she had a pacifier and a milk bottle later on.
Okay.
So I'm guessing she was that. But then Sua Sua she did her song dressed as Hellboy.
Okay. Okay.
So having this like bulky manly outfit, and she had the red skin and like the broken, I'm assuming they're like horns things on her head, and then the gun. And the thing is, I knew the song that she was doing, and I'm like, she could have performed this on her own or in a different costume, but she chose to do it as Hellboy. I was absolutely losing it. And not only that, because after after all of the solo performances, they performed Dear, which I don't know if you had listened to it, but it was their fan dedicated song that one of the members actually wrote and composed or helped with the composition. The song is called Dear.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, basically it's like this very sweet, slow kind of ballad type song, but they're all still in their costumes. So you have Hellboy sitting next to Cruella de Vil singing this emotional ballad, and I'm just sitting here like I was literally crying because I was laughing so much, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be crying because this is supposed to be emotional. I shouldn't be crying out of laughter over how ridiculous this looks. But yeah, aside from that, just the entire concert was just amazing. And just the energy that the girls had throughout, all the way to even the encore, was just, I really felt that energy and it just made me so happy. So yeah, I was really happy to be able to experience both of these online concerts for both LOONA and Dreamcatcher. And speaking of Dreamcatcher, they're going to be releasing a new Japanese digital single in 2 days, actually, on the 20th. The song is called No More. So they actually recently released a teaser for that, which I checked out. So very interested in hearing what the full song is going to sound like.
Sounds good.
Hmm. Oh, you
That's
heard
all.
it,
It
yeah.
sounds good. Yeah, sounds
Hmm.
good.
Yeah. And then, last up for the K-pop related news, IZ*ONE recently announced that they are going to be having their next comeback on December the 7th. So we are going to be looking forward to that. I think, because in Korea they're kind of their own music awards show, basically the Mama Awards, I think is what it is.
Oh, okay.
So I think
The
that's happening on the 6th, and they're actually going to be performing their new song on there. So that's definitely something I'd say to look forward to. And that does it for the K-pop side, and I guess the last topic that I will bring up, which is more J-pop related. Nana Mizuki recently announced that she is pregnant with her first child. She got married earlier this year in July, I believe, and then she announced it was either earlier this month or last month that she was pregnant with her first child. So, congratulations to her. That's very happy news. And I believe that's it. Is there any last thing you would like to bring up, Steve?
Oof, not that I can think of. I guess now that I'm have more free time and don't have as much stress as I've had the past couple months. I'll probably. I mean, I started today because of the big news with the BSJ Project Owen Shoujo things. I'll probably be trying to translate again. Well, I say translate, but doing the BSJ Project English Twitter account. I'll probably be doing that again now that I don't have as much stress. Um, Other than that, hmm, not really. I guess check out the BSJ Project members' live streams whenever they do it on Bigo. That also includes Shiraishi Uran as well, from Fairy Tales, because she streams on Bigo as well.
Hmm.
Um, so
Sorry.
yeah, no, it's fine. That's I can't really think of anything else.
Hmm. Well, all right then. I'd say that is a good place to close off the video then. So if you guys like this discussion video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below on some of your thoughts on some of the stuff we talked about today. Subscribe for more content like this, and also check out our second channel for our reaction content. And we'll see you guys in the next video whenever we make it. So until then, bye bye!
See ya.